Right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kalayim La Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Bashim HaKakodash, and double honors to the Slakia, Elders and Apostles of Great Millstone GMS that do rule and teach well. And this is naturalnews.com, right? It's time to boycott Doritos for hiring tgender activists who posted about abusing children. All right, so people around the world are boycotting Frito-Lay Doritos and other PepsiCo after they hired a tgender influencer to serve as their brand ambassador in Spain, not in America, in Spain, who made sexually depraved posts on social media about young girls, including a family member, right? And then we can, kind of check this out. Some of the stuff he says. So, all right, T activist. I want to hooligan. Let me see. You have like the full words for what this person said. Yeah, I want to do hooligan things like putting a 12-year-old female in the back end. I just passed my little cousin's tongue through the that word, the box, and she smiled at me. The little ones too. It is her pleasure. And I hate women who are victims of rape and turn to self-help centers to overcome the trauma. What heavy whores. So yeah, this is kind of stuff they said. We're not going to really get into the semantics. These are depraved posts all around, talking about sodomizing anyone in general is wicked, right? But people are kind of making a whole big deal. Well, number one, he's a degenerate, so he's into the sodomy stuff. That's one that's wicked enough. People are just also up in arms about the woman being a young woman, about talking about making advances, which is make advances towards young women, which we're not really going to talk about that, because it's kind of like a lot of idiosyncrasies and kind of small details, not really idiosyncrasies, like really minute details I could kind of talk about, but we're just not going to go there today. You brothers that are in GMS, you already know the deal, but these are just kind of the degenerate stuff. The sodomy thing is what I'm going to focus on. It's just kind of degenerate, and also him putting on a woman's garment, because dude is a man, putting on a woman's garment, and the sodomy. This is the type of stuff that is pushed out here. The person in question, Samantha Hudson, is a man masquerading as a woman whose previous post next expressed his desire to SA children. The sick individual, whose name is Avon Gonzalez Fernando, appeared in a video for Doritos Spain called Crunch Stocks. Right, and then he's Marxist, anti-capitalist. These are the kind of people that they hire, people who are just, straight up, degenerates and psychos, right? And then they kind of talk about, Doritos no stranger to controversy. The company started to offer rainbow-themed products in 2015 to support the LGBT community. In 2020, they participated in a boycott that saw them joining other companies and pulling ads from Facebook until the social media platform banned posts made by Donald Trump. Right, and it seemed like another Bud Light where people just going to stop buying it. Right, so the people aren't really having it. These are just like a list of different stuff. In all honesty, you really shouldn't. All these companies are all involved in child trafficking, and they're all dirty. They're all dirty. I said dirty. What's the right word? They all have shady. I guess you could say shady. All these companies are all the banks. All these things, and these guys all go back to BlackRock and these other investment companies, and those guys are all obviously shady. They're all involved in wars and all kinds of shit. You already know, man. Those guys are all involved with the illuminated ones. So this is just nothing new. So first thing I'm thinking about is Revelation 12 and 12, which we've been talking a lot about. The devil's moving quick. It has but a short time. And one of the main things they want to push out In the New World Order, this kind of idea, you see this like Nambla and stuff like that. Is that like it's the whole idea where like they can get into the minds of the children, and the men can kind of like get at the children, and just this kind of weird, unrestrained, sexual perversion. And that's the type of stuff that they want to push out here. And you got even dudes out there that like women, well, females that are, well, girls that are like even younger than 12. 8 to 12 is the puberty age, around about that period. Really, a woman becomes a woman when they get their period, and then according to the scriptures, at that point, you could have your way with her, but we're not telling you to go ahead and do that. Don't do that. You want to not get yourself locked up, even if you do go to a country where that stuff is allowed. Obviously, don't do that. That's like, you'll just get yourself in trouble. You'll just add unwanted stress to your life. But I'm gonna get into the scripture. All right, so this is one of my favorite chapters. I like Isaiah 60. I like to really go into this one. This is like my go-to. When I read it the first time, it really like struck a chord with me. Like, I like to get into this one a lot. I also like to mention Isaiah 30 and 20 a whole lot. I like the first couple of chapters of Isaiah, like Isaiah, like I like to get into like Isaiah like 1 a lot. I don't think I really get into 2. Maybe I get into 2 sometimes. 3, not really. But I think 4 is the one where you get the that one. I rarely get that one. I mean, there's some things you can go into, like the earlier parts about us being put in a low position. Before, 4 is what I'm gonna talk about. That's one I rarely get into. The first part is like about us being put into low position. It's a valid chapter, but a lot of that chapter is just talking about the females and about how they would lose their beauty. Focusing on the so-called black woman. They would lose their beauty and become ugly. Which is stuff like, if you like, even like yesterday, like you'll notice those kind of things. Like, you'll notice like if you ever, like, I had to go handle some business and my mom offered to drive me and whatever, because I'm doing some stuff for like a new job. Don't want to tell you too much. I don't want to put my personal business out there, but I'm getting a nice new gig and whatever, and just on like the road to where I had to go, I had to do some like processing stuff. No vaccines or nothing stupid like that. Just some like kind of processing stuff, paperwork and whatever, before they can like like move along with you actually like working the fucking job. You know what I mean? Those of you, you guys all know, like certain jobs out there, you can just hop right in, like retail. Like when I was working retail, I just like hop right in and it was easy. But then you have other jobs that are like a little bit more stuff you got to do. But let's say handling this thing, and we saw all these so-called black women is out there in the streets, and even my mom said, "Oh my gosh, she looks like a dude," and she was fat and she was wearing fucking pajamas, and we were out there like in the afternoon, and this one was out here wearing PJs in the afternoon. So that's all Isaiah 4. Like if you want to talk about that topic, you go to Isaiah 4. Isaiah 60 and 2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. And darkness, just means the absence of light. We know that the light is the scripture. Well, the scripture is the wisdom. We are called the children of the light. Light represents wisdom, alertness, purity. That's why, even within these video games, those of you who like the Final Fantasy series, not to be all righteous, Final Fantasy is all heathen idolatry, callbacks to heathen idolatry. But we know what it is, so it's nothing to us. It means nothing to us. It doesn't bedazzle us or whatever. But it's not to be all righteous. It's just a form of entertainment. It's the entertainment media. It's all it is. But you can see why it gets famous. People are like, oh my gosh, whoa, look at this. They got like fucking Ifrit and all these like gods. This is awesome, But to us, it's just like these gods don't exist. These are some bullshit. There are no gods. Right? Like Isaiah 43, right? But the point I was talking about Final Fantasy is that they have a character named like the Warrior of Light. Whenever you see in these games and stuff, like someone's called the Warrior of Light or the Hero of Light, it's always like good. This is the good guys. And we know call no man good and things like that, but we're on the right side. We're righteous. We're trying to, what is it? Our righteousness is of the Lord. I think it's also about Isaiah 59. It's in the chapter right before this. Righteousness is of the Lord, following the Lord's ways to the best of our ability, right? For the darkness shall cover the earth, right? Darkness is the absence of light, light is scriptures, no wisdom, and gross darkness to people. The Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be upon thee, right? So the whole world before, Abba Bivens, the whole world was in complete darkness, right? Then Abba Bivens came on the scene, and then Elijah restoring all things, and then that's when the light start to come upon the earth. Now this thing has gotten so big, and we kind of have the situation where we have now, where we have certain camps that the Lord has set up to deceive the 2/3, like IUIC, HODC, and pretty much all the camps that aren't GMS, and even some of you affiliates out there. You guys I see a lot of weird behavior, like guys talking about Great Millstone, but not giving honors to Great Millstone. Like they'll take him as they'll talk about the Apostle Har like they follow the order, but then they won't say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, which double-minded man is unstable on his ways. Like if you're in the spirit, you should notice that these other camps, they don't have anything, man. They get into certain things. Like I'm not gonna take it away from them, but they're not really sharp. They're not really deep into the scriptures. That's gonna be my second video for today. I want to talk about those Sons of Thunder guys, man. I mean, those guys are like, I've heard some of their points. I'm like, those guys aren't really deep at all. And they're wearing hoodies and they got matching hoodies with the camp logo on it. It's like that's not in the spirit of Yahushai, man. That's not Yahushai's camp, bro. That is not the type of camp that Yahushai would want, brothers to be in. Right? But the Lord shall rise upon thee, his glory shall be seen upon thee, right? And that's with, right, you start with the elders on down to the various brothers in GMS, right? The Lord's glory is upon them, right? And as affiliates that were a part of that, glory of the Lord is upon us, not you 2/3, It's not upon you guys, that's why, all these camps come to watch GMS. You notice like all these other camps, they're all watching GMS. Like I hear a lot of similar talking points, a lot of things that we get into, they'll start to try and get into here and there. I know Elder Apostle Har, I believe it was him, he was the one who popularized using the blue letter. And now everyone, goes into the blue letter. Everyone goes into these words, Everyone now, you see all these other camps like WFI, they're all getting into words, and they're doing the stuff that we're doing. But we're the ones, we get deeper. We get deeper than these other camps with these words, and we always go into the Hebrew and the Greek and the Latin. We're really into this stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Gross darkness, and everyone else that isn't a part of it, part of the truth, they're in that gross darkness. They're in that darkness, and that's why you see the world, and you see these things. You see this stuff like this with this Doritos guy working at the Doritos. That's just someone being caught out there in the spotlight. And nowadays they're feeling bold. They're bold with it, because these guys, they have guys like that have always been around, working at these companies and whatever. I believe even Disney, there was a guy that they fired for, like in CP, and CP, his child corn, you obviously know what that is, and that's the kind of stuff that these companies have, and it's always been like that. But now they're getting bold, like these guys that were like this with this whole alphabet gender. It's always been here in America. It's just nowadays, that perverted spirit being in this country, just allow these guys to come out here in the open. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to really rant too long. This is kind of ranted a little bit too much today. Salakia. Lowell, and you're edified, inshallah.